Hey guys, welcome back to Math Review lesson. We're looking at Wednesday, June 10th. Now, don't worry if you don't have this worksheet, okay? That's perfectly okay. You guys can still just do the work on blank paper or in a notebook. Whatever you've got handy is just fine. Let's go ahead and jump right in and find out what the first problem is. It says, find the difference between 802 and 458. Find the difference. Now, you remember what we were doing yesterday. We're doing the same thing again today. I want you to smash that pause button and answer the question. Then come on back, see if you got it right. We'll do the work together. Go ahead and hit pause right now. And we're back. Find the difference. Now, difference is a key word here, so I'm actually going to put a box around it. I'm going to do an asterisk. I'm going to do a quick star, an exclamation point, and maybe even Mr. Scott on a surfboard. Now, I'm being a little bit silly there, but that word is particularly important, and we know that math vocabulary gives you a really good indication as to how you are supposed to solve this. When this asks for the difference, do you remember what that means? Subtraction. You're absolutely right. I need to subtract to solve this problem. The total, do I know the total? Yes, I do. The total is 802, and I need to subtract away the other part, 458. Now, I'm actually going to use a strategy that we used yesterday in the first problem. Instead of subtracting, which, to be perfectly honest, guys, if you were to ask me, Mr. Scott, do you want to add or do you want to subtract? I'm pretty much going to say I want to add every time. Why? Because I'm a mathematician who knows my brain, and I just feel more comfortable adding. Maybe you're different. Maybe you enjoy subtraction. You've got some serious subtraction skills, and that's cool. But my math brain, I tell you, I would rather add up to find my answer. So we're going to put 458, which is the smaller of the two, it's one of the parts. We don't know the other part just yet. I'm going to put 802 at the end. Now all I need to do is I need to add my way up to the target of 802. Then I can add together all of my hops and I'll get my answer. So here we go. 458. I'm going to add 2 and that's going to get me to a friendly 10. Now I'm sitting at 460 plus 2. Good. Now, you know what? I know that if I add 4 to 6, that's going to get me to another friendly 100 this time. So I'm going to add 40 to the 60 that's there. I know that with my complements of 10, I know that 6 plus 4 gets me to 10. So 60 plus 40 will get me to the nearest 100. I'm now at 500, and now I can do a really big hop. I'm going to go all the way over here, and that means I added 300. Okay, so I'm sitting here now at 800. I'm not quite there. I've got one more teeny tiny little hop to do. That's going to add 2 more. Now, when I add this all together, I've got the 300, I've got the 40, and then the 2 2s. So my 2 2s are 4. Everything else is going to stay the same. So I believe my answer is 344. But guess what, guys? I know that I need to check my work just to make sure I have the right answer. I never want to turn in work and go, well, I hope I got that one right. I'm the kind of mathematician, hopefully you are too, that wants to make sure that they've double-checked their work. So over here on the side, I am going to use an algorithm this time. I'm going to take the bigger part, 458. I'm going to put the smaller part, the answer that we think we have, I'm going to add that together. I should get 802. If I get 802, I know that my answer is correct. Here we go. 8 plus 4 is 12. I put the 2 here in the ones place and regroup a 10 to the tens place. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 5 doubles fact gets me to 10 again. 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. 802 matches the number that we got, so I know that my answer is correct. Very cool. Now, kind of running out of space here. I'll have to put this over here. This is a word problem, friends, and as such, it requires a solution sentence forever and always. Yes, indeedy. The difference is 344. Feeling really confident about that. Thank goodness I used the algorithm over here to check my work. Let's move on now to question 2. It says, the population of U.S. cities is listed below. Okay, now this is getting just a little bit confusing, but bear with me. I know what's happening here. Okay, Flint. Let's do this one first. Flint, 102,434. Orlando is 238,300. Now, this is the number for Chicago. I'm going to rewrite it over here so we're not all confused. 2,695,598. So we're just going to ignore that work right there. Sorry, don't know what happened with the printing of this page. No biggie, we'll get there. Jacksonville has 821,784 people living there. Berkeley has 112,580 people. So there are our 5 cities. We've got Flint, Orlando, Chicago, Jacksonville, and Berkeley. Now what it says here is list the cities, but it says list them from most popular, so the cities that have the most, down to the least popular. Now remember, you're writing the names of cities on your page. So over to you. Hit the pause button and do this work. When it is done, you can come on back, check your work. Let's see if we got the right answer. Go ahead, guys, and pause. And we're back. Most popular means I need to start with the one that has the biggest, and that's definitely Chicago. Chicago has 7 digits. That's more than any other, so that's going to be first. Now, I know this is math, but don't forget these are the names of cities, so you need to have capital letters just like this giant C that I wrote in Chicago. I'm going to cross that one off. So long, Chicago. The next one is Jacksonville. I'm looking here in the hundred thousands place. Here it's a 1, here it's a 2, here it's a 1, here it's an 8. So Jacksonville is next, and I just need to see if I can fit it on this teeny tiny little line. Jackson, I'm not going to be able to, that's okay. Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, cross off Jacksonville. Oops, not underline it, Mr. Scott, cross it off. Ah, there we go. Okay, what's next? We've got 3 more that we need to do. Let's compare them once again. We've got 102,000, or 238, or 112,000. So you know what? Orlando, you're next. Orlando, Florida. Gonna cross you out so I don't get confused. 2 more. Which one comes next? Is it Flint with 102,434, or is it Berkeley with 112,580? You guessed it, because there's a 1 here in the 10,000s place and a 0 there. Berkeley comes in next. Congratulations, Berkeley. Berkeley, California. I've never been. It's supposed to be gorgeous. Let's all go there right now. Finally, in last place, we have Flint. All right. Very good. Now, I want to just remind you that sometimes, it could have asked us for the numbers. It could have said, put these in a certain order by the number of people. But in this case, it wanted the names of cities. And so that's why we wrote those. Very cool. All right, let me fold my page over so you guys can see what's coming next. Here we go. Question number 3. Mr. Gilbert made a mistake. Uh-oh. Naughty, naughty Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert made a mistake with the following algorithm. Tell him what he did wrong. Now remember, guys, when you are evaluating or analyzing someone's work, the first thing you need to do is to actually do the work yourself. So I want you to ignore Mr. Gilbert's answer there. Forget about the 811. And what I want you to do is to set up an algorithm over here, do that work, and then we can figure out, after we compare yours to Mr. Gilbert's, we can figure out what mistake he made. Okay, are you ready? Hit the pause button, do this work. Go. And we're back. Here we go. We got 746. Again, I am going to check this myself. And after I go through the process, I know that I'll be able to figure out what mistake Mr. Gilbert made. 6 plus 5 is 11. I'm going to put 1 here in the ones place, which matches this. But then I regroup because I know that 11 can't fit in the ones place. Now I've got 7 plus 1 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. I'm going to put the 2 here in the tens place, but I'm going to regroup again to the hundreds place. So 1 plus 7 plus 1 is 9, and my answer is 921 when Mr. Gilbert got 811, and those are 2 very different answers. So I see what the mistake was. Mr. Gilbert didn't regroup, and that's exactly what I'm going to write down. Mr. Gilbert forgot to regroup a 10 to the tens place, but that's not all. He also forgot to regroup to the hundreds place. Oh my gosh, this was a very off day for Mr. Gilbert. I don't know what had happened. He probably hadn't had enough coffee or was distracted in some way. Now, UMass scholars will be familiar with what we're going to do next. I know that if I'm ever asked to answer a question and to do it in words and give an explanation in math, I need to use certain key vocabulary. And so what we're going to do here is we are actually going to make sure that we used all of the words that we need to. Regroup, that R word is particularly important. Now, we also said a 10, and we said, forgot to regroup to the hundreds place. We also had the tens place, and we also had the hundreds place. So just by circling those vocabulary words, it's just a great strategy to make sure that you've used enough math vocabulary to explain your thinking. Well done, guys. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to fold my paper so you guys can see this. And away we go. Here it is, number 4. Write 3 numbers that round up to 500. 3 numbers on your page. Are you ready? Smash that pause button, guys. Do this work, and then come on back and talk to me. Pause. And we're back. Now, here's what's what. Because it says round up, I know that the numbers I write have got to be lower, They're going to be less than 500. If they're going to round up to 500, I can't have 501 because that would round down. So I need to have numbers that are going to round up. So one of the numbers that I can use, and hopefully you chose this one as well, 499. Now, there are lots of numbers that I could choose to round up, but if this is my target number, I want neighbors. I want numbers that are really close to this number on the number line. That way I can be sure, absolutely positive, that it's going to round up. Next biggest number, right next door to 498, is Mr. 499 is 498, and of course, 497. Again, lots and lots of great numbers, guys, that would round up to 500, but you got to make sure that you've got numbers that are really, really close, and you can absolutely be positive that they do round up. Now, what about this? Number 5, a little different. It says, write 3 numbers that round down to 500. Think about the work that we just did with this, with number 4, and that way you'll have a really good idea of the 3 numbers that you need to write down on your page right now that round down to 500. Hit that pause button, guys. Do this work. Come on back and see me. And we're back, my friends. Okay, so numbers that round down, like I said up here, numbers that round down mean they have to be greater than 500. And although there are lots of numbers that are going to round to 500 that are bigger, I know that I want to use the numbers that are absolutely the closest. And so for that, it's 501, 502, and 503. Did you get the same answer? Well done. Bing! All right, let's take another quick look at the work that we did today. Again, we use the inverse operation in a subtraction problem, starting at the lower part and adding up to the total, and then we double-checked our work using the algorithm. Down here, we really noticed that when it asked us to put these things in order, that we wrote down the names of the cities, and we thought very carefully about how many people were in each one. Then we looked at the place value to help us figure out which numbers were greater than others. Down here, Mr. Gilbert made a mistake. Before we looked at his work, we had to do the work ourselves, and we quickly noticed that he forgot to regroup. When we were answering these questions, we made sure to include key math vocabulary and circled those words. When you're asked to round numbers and you're given the number that it's supposed to round to, make sure that you choose numbers that are really close. In this case, numbers that round up are going to be less than 500, but they are really close. Same thing down here, when we were asked to round down, we picked numbers that were really, really close to 500. And that's it, my friends. Well done. Now you know what to do. Go over to Seesaw, and you need to answer those exit ticket questions. Post a picture on Seesaw. Can't wait to see it, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, my friends.